Right About Now presents the Worldwide Poetry Slam League, a new online spoken word tournament bringing together poets from all across the globe in bi-weekly head-to-head matchups for a chance to win over $4,000 in cash prizes, a slot in the finals, and the title of Worldwide Poetry Slam Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, welcome to the Worldwide Poetry Slam League semifinals matchup. Somebody in the comment section already said they're good watching Monday Night Raw. This is the Monday Night Raw poetry. It's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chibbi. I'm going to be your host for this evening, and here's what is happening tonight. If you're joining us for the first time, let me give you the backstory. Ever since January, we've been having qualifying matches where poets come in and compete in head-to-head bouts of poetry to earn points and money for the past 6 months. And out of those 6 months of competition, the top 32 poets have qualified for the semifinals here in August. And so for 4 weeks in August, every week 8 poets come into the semifinals ring, and only 1 poet gets to advance onto the finals, which is happening on the last Monday of August. The top 4 poets of the entire season in the whole world, this is a worldwide competition, are going to be competing for the chance $1,800 in cash prizes and the title of Worldwide Poetry Slam League Champion of the World. Super excited for everything that's going to go down tonight. The night is stacked. The poets are hot. Let's run you through the format for tonight's competition, shall we? Hello, Ethan. So the format is we have 8 poets that are going to compete in 3 single elimination head-to-head poetry slam rounds in a tournament bracket style matchup. Rounds and time limits. Round 1 is a 1-minute round. Round 2 is a 2-minute round. Round 3 is a 3-minute round, and all rounds have a 10-second grace period. That means that there is no time penalty here in the Slam League. When the time is over, when you have run out of time, we're just going to cut you off like that. And that's all the poem that you're going to get, all right? Poets may only perform their own original work. There's no music except for the music you can make with your own body. However, props and costumes are allowed in the virtual world because anything that is accessible to the poet that does not break the other rules is fair game. Usually poets were randomly matched up, but at this point for the semifinals, every poet got a seed ranking of 1 through 8, depending on where they ranked in the night. So tonight's matchups have been determined via the seed ranking. A poet with a 1 seed going up against a poet with an 8 seed. Poet with a 2 seed going up a 7 seed. 3 seed with a 6 seed. 4 seed with a 5 seed. You get how it goes. So tonight's competition, you're going to hear from these poets in this order. Is going to be Blupoetres, Alex the Great, Kristi Scribbles, LeChelle the Shootah, Don, and Sherrika Mitchell. All competitions tonight are going to be determined. The order is going to be determined by coin flip. Tonight's coin flip is sponsored by Pokemon trading card games. Gotta catch them all. I wish they were sponsored. They're not. But we'll flip a coin. Whatever it lands on, that's who's going to go first in that round. This is the important part, people. If you haven't been paying attention so far, this is where I need you to pay attention. Our winners are determined by audience vote. That's right. You, the audience, are also the judges. So again, 2 poets are going to go compete. Each poet is going to spit a poem. You, then, the audience, are going to click on a link that we're going to drop in the comment section. That link is going to take you to a poll, and then you have to vote for one or the other. It's that simple. No numbers, no math, making it easy on us poets. You just click one or the other, and whoever gets the most votes at the end of the voting period advances to the next round, and we move on. That's the way it goes. We ask you to take into consideration the performance content and the originality of the poem. We also ask you that you're watching this live, because the voting window is only open for a small bracket of time. So if you're watching something that happened 10 minutes ago, by the time you click on that link, that link ain't no longer valid. We ain't no longer taking no voting, okay? It's after election day. You missed your chance. So right now, it is 6 past the hour. If you are watching this and wherever you're at, it is not 6 past the hour. You may want to consider, like clicking that thing to scroll forward and be live, okay? Refresh this feed, whatever you need to do. Share this feed with all your friends so that you can be watching this live and ready to go and let your voice be heard in tonight's competition. Watching from New Zealand, my goodness. Salute, everybody. My microphone's battery died, so I'm sure Amir Safi is really happy that we won't be using this tonight. But in any case, let's get into tonight's competition. We are going to have a sacrificial round so that you, the audience / judges, can test to make sure that you have access to the links, that you can go to the polls, that you can let your voice be heard. Okay? For the sacrificial round, we're going to have videos of 2 poems, and you're going to pick your favorite of the 2 videos for all the competitions tonight. These are not pre-recorded videos. These poets are live, joining you from somewhere in this world, okay? Got it? Good. If you're ready, great. If you're not, it don't matter, because we getting into it. Coming up first in the sacrificial round, we're going to have a poem from Frequency.
Growing up, my parents didn't let me watch bad movies. So for the most part, it was Disney princess cartoons. But the older I grew, the more I knew Disney had shown me some things that were quite disturbing in reality, like how Beauty and the Beast is about a 17-year-old being sexually harassed until she's kidnapped in Stockholm Syndrome into bestiality, or like how Sleeping Beauty was supposed to make me believe that I should be excited if a man sneaks into my room to kiss me while I'm asleep, like that's what I should consider romantic or consenting or future husband material. And speaking of future husband material, let me tell you a little secret the Little Mermaid whispered to me, that by the age of 16, I should be willing to give up my voice and my family for a man who would take another woman to the altar because she could sing. But the thing that really set me off was that lame attempt at racial retribution they call the Princess and the Frog. Because apparently a black girl can only pretend to be a princess and only for a half hour long. We have the gall to show these images to our daughters in the most formative stages of growth without realizing that for 2 hours, we just let Mickey Mouse bitch slap them with the remote.
That was Frequency kicking off the sacrificial round of tonight's Worldwide Poetry Slam League semi-finals matchup. Going up, if you like that poem, let us know in the comment section. Going up against that, y'all show some love for Hurricane.
To the bitch that sits behind me at work.
Yes.
Yes, heifer, I see you. And I know that you know that I know that you ain't shit. It must be so hard for someone to shine so brightly right in front of you, but be mindful, my paycheck is the only thing keeping my respect in check, that you can get all the business and none of the casual. These 4 buttons is all that it takes if you'd like to go face to face. 1, if you're thinking of stepping, reconsider. Cause you have no fucking idea who you're messing with. 2, you ain't shit. 3, I can see the bitterness in your eyes, but I have much too much respect for myself. Unlike you, whose skirt is as short as your temper, please adjust yourself. I can see how many dance recitals your dad has missed from here. 4, believe me, I get it. Haters serve a purpose. David was nothing before Goliath, but just because I am your competition does not mean you are mine. Yes. So if you're thinking of stepping, please see 1 through 4, because today is not the fucking day.
Y'all, that was Hurricane in the sacrificial round, which means it is now officially time to vote. That's right, it's time to vote for who you think won the sacrificial round. We just showed you videos of 2 poems, and now we need you to vote on your favorite. We dropped the link in the comment section. Click on the link and let us know who you voted for. Remember, you're the judge and the audience. So that means you have to influence the other audience members, all right? So who did you vote for? We're going to leave this open for just 1 minute, okay? Just a quick 1 minute. It's just your chance to check to see if you are able to click on that link. Click on that link and who you think won the sacrificial round. Was it Frequency, talking about the bullshit that is fairy tales? Or was it Hurricane, talking about the bullshit and how they fixing to throw down if you thinking you gonna come incorrect tonight. Okay, I see we got one vote for frequency. How about the rest of y'all? Who'd you vote for? Let us know. Influence the other judges. Got about 15 more seconds before we close this and we get to the live head-to-head competitions. Tonight's semis, y'all. Tonight's semis is stacked. It's stacked. This is the easiest decision you're going to have to make all night. Because from here, it's just going to be fire on top of fire on top of fire, okay? How can you vote, you're asking? There is a link in the comments section. There is a Poll Junkie link in the comments section. Where's the link? In the comments section. Check the comments. We've dropped it multiple times. It's a Poll Junkie link. You click on that link, and you vote for your favorite. And it looks like you voted for Hurricane. All right. So we're going to close that link in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And done. No more voting. Voting is closed for the sacrificial round, which means the winner of tonight's sacrificial round was Frequency. If that's who you voted for, great. If that's not who you voted for, make sure you're, vote next time. Maybe you didn't vote. So get ready, people, because it's about to go down. Here we go. Coming up, round 1, bout 1. This is the 1-minute round. It's the lightning round. It's going to be quick, y'all. On the psychedelic purple side, we got Blupoetres, and on the neon green side, we got Alex the Great. Okay, people, here we go. Blue on the psychedelic purple side. Where are you joining us from?
Strong Island.
All right, and Alex the Great on the neon green side. Where are you joining us from?
Dallas, Texas.
All right, here we go. And I'm not even going to comment on the color coordination that is happening right now. All right, heads means psychedelic purple is going to go first. Tails means neon green is going to go first. We're going to flip, land, catch, reveal. That is a tails. So that means Alex the Great, the stage is yours.
When I say that I'm tired, it doesn't mean that I need sleep. It means my soul is weary. You know how old folks used to sing about their good days and their bad days knowing they could, but ain't no sense in making a complaint. When I say that I'm speechless, it doesn't mean I haven't got words. It means my mouth will not betray my heart. No, not this time. When I say that my body is a burning building and I'm not called out for water, is that not forgiveness? That I hold no grudges you failed to even offer. Every time I look at the scars, I'm compelled to revenge. I've yet to rip my bones from underneath my flesh. Is that not resistance? When I say that I'm black, it doesn't mean that I'm preparing to die, but rather I have mastered the art of this survival.
Yo, that was Alex the Great on the neon green side, kicking off the 1-minute round. Throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. Going up against that on the psychedelic purple side, Blupoetres, the stage is yours.
To the white ally poet, are you all right? Did you make it out alive the way your white brethren were eyeballing you? I was sure Satan himself was going to rise from the rafters and take you to the sunken place with the other and-loving traitors. I mean, the way you turned red, then purple, then blue while you railed. It's no wonder you're the head of your hometown Rainbow Coalition. I felt the tears when you bellowed about slavery to the point I started to believe that I owned slaves and not the other way around. You must be so proud of yourself to be the voice of the people. But which people is it today exactly? Or will it be whales because their lives matter too? No, really, I mean, I really do love that part because whales, they do matter. Duh. The way you raised your widow red fist, it looked like the cutest widow fist I'd ever seen. Besides that one video on YouTube. Why would I be upset with your pontifications just because you spout statistics and you have a black boyfriend, love fried chicken, took some classes in your African American lit class on the South?
Blupoetres running into that time limit wall, but you got 1 minute and 10 seconds of a great poem. You're going to use all that information to now make a decision. Voting is open, people. Voting has started. We dropped the link in the comment section. Who do you think took that round and deserves to move on to the second round? Is it Cha-Ching, Alex the Great on the neon green side, or is it Pachow, Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side? Throw some color coordinated hearts in the comment section to let us know who you're voting for, because I'm tired. India, we only just started, friend. I'm seeing purple hearts. I'm seeing green hearts. I'm seeing a lot of stuff going back and forth, and you got to let us know who it is that you're voting for, because voting has started. Voting has started, and y'all got to make a decision, because only one of these amazing poets gets to move on to round 2, okay? Don't be dilly-dallying, okay? I got a timer, all right? I got a timer. We only got 1 minute to vote. Do not dilly-dally. And let us know who you voted for, okay? Got about 30 more seconds. Y'all, again, the night just keeps getting harder and harder as it goes on. So if you're already struggling to make a decision, just go with your gut, because the struggle is going to continue as the night goes on. Every poet tonight is bringing nothing but fire. Got about 20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. That's right. This is a slam, Daniel said. Such heavy hitting talent tonight, Kristi says. That's right. That's right. Oh, these hearts keep on coming. Oh, just so you know, usually, historically, the margin between who advances and who doesn't advance is usually less than 5 votes. Like, it is tiny. It is minuscule. Why? Because everyone is so good. So if you're sitting there and you're not sure whether or not to let your voice be heard, y'all, let your voice be heard. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Just like that. We cut the music. We cut the voting. We're moving on, which means that the poet moving on to round 2 and a chance at the finals is gonna be Blupoetres. Alex the Great, thank you for that incredible vote. Blue, we'll see you in the next round. Y'all, excuse me. Hello. Yep. This is just in. Danny, my poll master, has let me know that round was decided by 1 vote, people. 1 vote. So again, if you are watching this and you're not voting, you're doing something wrong with your life, okay? Let's move on. Round 2 would have been Q the Applause versus Kristi Scribbles. Unfortunately, Q was unable to make it to tonight's competition, so Kristi Scribbles will get a bye. So round 2, bout 1 is going to be Blupoetres versus Kristi Scribbles. Round 3 of bout 1 is going to be on the psychedelic purple side, LeChelle the Shootah, and on the neon green side is going to be Dawn. All right. LeChelle, where are you joining us from?
From Houston, Texas.
All right, Houston in the house. And Dawn, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Dallas, Texas.
Oh my God, it's a battle of Texas Titans. Here we go. Heads means psychedelic purple is going to go first. Tails means neon green is going to go first. Flip, land, catch, all that jazz. And that is a shiny head. So that means LeChelle the Shootah. The stage is yours.
Money can't buy happiness. Said no broke person ever. Money can't buy happiness, but it damn sure can buy a lot of the things that make you happy. It must be nice to never wonder when your next meal gonna come, when the rent due, to never choose between gas or food. Happiness seem like a rich people problem, because I ain't never known joy outweigh survival, but I know plenty folks working jobs they hate to buy things they don't really like but need because the good stuff too expensive. But my white coworker, she says she ain't no poverty till she traveled to India. And ain't that a privilege? Traveling to a country not your own, justifying poverty, while so many of us believe the only home we've ever known just to escape it. I venture to say that luxury be her favorite pastime, sprinkled in a bit of self-help and motivational quotes like, money can't buy happiness. Then how about you give me all yours? and we'll see who still feels good about themselves after. Bitch.
That was LeChelle the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off round 1, bout 3. If you were about that poem, throw some purple hearts in the comment section. Going up against that on the neon green side, Dawn, the stage is yours.
Queer boys face a rite of passage where grown men groom them to a version of their ideal partners, like dogs called, trained to obey. I was dog whistled at the age of 16 by men in their 30s. Me, trying to find my sexuality, and them trying to leave their youth inside of me. Me and so many queer boys be puppies mutilated inside of bedrooms, trained by pedophiles to be obedient to treat. Be it don't tell anyone about this and I'll take care of you. These men more interested in bestiality and child protection laws, more interested in breeding puppies than finding them an animal shelter. My body was second home to men that want to help me find out my potential. You dog me out the moment they find out who they were. To us, that dog's a man's best friend. You blame the dog for being aggressive instead of blaming the owner for being abusive. This cycle of grown-ass niggas who should be fucking grown-ass niggas instead of recreating a daddy-son porn fantasy is the problem. Is the reason why sex leads us straight. And yet before we realize any of this, just excited at the fact that we are men now.
Yo, that was Dawn on the neon green side, closing out round 1, bout 3. Throw some green hearts in the comment section if you're feeling that poem, but more importantly, you know what to do, and what you gotta go do is use your voice and vote for who you think took that round. Was it LeChelle the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side, or Dawn on the neon green side? Both poets spitting incredible poems here in the 1 minute round, the lightning round, but unfortunately only one gets to move on. And no, Courtney, we do not condone Mardi Gras hearts here in this bout, okay? Yes, we know. Sydney even said it. Sydney said both y'all were winners. I get that. This is a hard one. I know, Sydney, but don't you be giving me no Mardi Gras hearts, okay? You got to make a decision. It is either purple or green. It can't be purple and green. So again, on the psychedelic purple side, LeChelle the Shootah. On the neon green side, Dawn. It's a head-to-head battle. Only one can move on. And if you haven't voted yet, what are you waiting for? You're going to close them polls soon. Real soon. Like in about 10 seconds soon. So you got to make a choice. You got to make a vote. Last round was decided about one vote. Just one. So vote, people. I'm going to give you an actual 10 seconds. Make choices. No, it's not going to be easy. Every poet is bringing fire tonight. 5 seconds left. If you're waiting for this 5-second countdown to vote, you probably already missed your mark. 4 seconds left. What are you doing with your life? 3 seconds left. Let your voice be heard. 2 seconds left. Come through. 1 second left. And that is the moment to close the polls. Polls are closed. No more voting. Now is the moment of truth where we're going to find out who is moving on to the second round. And the winner of round 1, bout 3, was LeChelle the Shootah. Dawn, thank you for that incredible poem, LeChelle. We will see you in the next round. All right. Here we go. So that's 2 bouts down. 3 people have moved on to the second round. Bout 4 would have been Sherrika Mitchell versus Jade Boudreaux, but unfortunately, Jade Boudreaux was not able to make it tonight. So Sherrika Mitchell gets a bye in the first round, and we'll be going on to round 2 to face off against LeChelle the Shootah, which means the lightning round was that much quicker of a lightning round tonight, because now it is time for round 2. This is the 2-minute round, okay? Gave you a little sampling, an amuse-bouche, a little aperitif of poetry to get the night starting with the 1-minute round. Now we're going into the 2-minute rounds, y'all. And again, if you thought it was hard, if you thought it was difficult when we started, it's only going to get harder because these poets are just going to keep bringing it tonight. So, kicking off the 2-minute round. On the psychedelic purple side is going to be Blupoetres. And on the neon green side is going to be Kristi Scribbles. All right. Here we go. And Kristi, just because we didn't get a chance to ask you earlier, where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from the Finger Lakes in New York.
Okay, New York. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do that coin flip. Heads means psychedelic purple is going to go first. Tails means neon green is going to go first in this 2-minute round. Boom. Oop, that's a shiny heads right there. So that means Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side. The stage is yours.
Angry Black woman. That's how they see me. Angry, mad, frustrated. No matter what I do, no matter how I may appear, no matter what I say, all they see is my resting bitch face. You expect me to scream, you prefer it when I yell, you think that being angry is the only way I can express myself. You like it when I'm cussing and carry on in fits of rage, but I am not your angry Black woman, and I am certainly not for hire. Stop sending me the racist of the week to minister to the masses. You do it. This Black woman is tired, not angry. There's a colossal difference. Stop telling me the second I raise my voice an octave over your sensibilities that I need to calm down. Bitch, I mean, madam, why don't you calm the fuck down? In the event of an emergency, I will surely whisper, then save your pathetic life. Stop assuming the very worst in me. My dark skin does not dictate an ominous air for you. My dark skin will not rub off or infect you. My dark skin is just that, dark and lovely, dark and educated, dark and proud, but angry? No. Passionately pissed off about the piously prudent, prim and proper, palm-colored people who put their prejudices upon me? Abso-fucking-lutely.
That was Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off round 2, bout 1. Throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. Going up against that on the neon green side, Kristi Scribbles. The stage is yours.
We are revolution. Fire, fire, it's all on fire, burning down, down to the crispy bits. Crispy burnt up bits as we stand around and see it flickering flames everywhere. We should gather round the spark, the smoke, encircle and celebrate this fire, this very towerish moment of it all, because it is all rotten. Grown in sandy soil, the roots of the trees that we hung them in, and land of the natives that we stole from them, root rot from the soil far, far down, deep down, underground, underbelly, the systems all below us, based on lies, to divide, to produce, to grow, everything is growing. Hate divides so wide, the forest is out of control. And what do you do when it's out of control? Well, you have a controlled burn, and you burn it, and it burns, and it flames, and it gets a new chance, a new life, as all the crispy bits filter back into the earth so new buds can birth and push and grow. We must grow and push to grow, but first it must burn. Burn it first. I can feel it. I can smell it. The smoke burns my eyes, and the fire is here. The flames around us now. Join hands, my friends, and sing and play and teach and listen and laugh and march and revolution. March around the tower and find the ones who hold the signs, because the signs are everywhere. They are here tonight in this group, in this magic, in this virtual slam. The fire is here among our voices, among our passions, among our burnings. Burn with passions, burn with connections, burn with words, burn to turn the ashes to art, to word, to action, to revolution, to revolution. We are revolution. We are revolution. Thank you.
Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side, closing out round 2, bout 1. So now you know what time it is, people. It's time to let your voice be heard. Time to let your voice be heard and vote for who you think took that round and deserves to advance to the final round of tonight's competition. Was it Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, or was it Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side? Two go in, only one can move on. Unfortunately, we wish everyone could keep that. I mean, everyone can keep reciting poetry as long as they want, but just not in this competition. Only one vote gets to go forward. Y'all, the link is in the comment section. Click on that link. You got a minute to do it. A minute to win it. A minute to let your voice be heard. You tell us who is moving on in tonight's competition. And then let us know. Literally, let us know. Purple or green. No, parent, can't be purple and green. Gotta be purple or green. All right? Let us know who's moving on. Ooh, the crispy bits. Right, we can talk about the crispy bits. Everyone likes a little crispy bit. You know, if I were a drag queen, my drag name would be Poquito Char, because everything I cook just has a little bit of char on it. Poquito Char. Just, you know, throw that lasagna in the oven, and then for the last 5 minutes, just hit the broiler. Just give it 2 minutes of broiling, so there's a little bit of charred cheese at the top. You know what I'm talking about. And it's not poetry. That's not what I'm talking about. So what I should be talking about is poetry. Y'all got about 10 more seconds to let vote to who you think took this round. Again, Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, Kristi Scribbles on the neon green side. One of these is going to move on to that round, and we're going to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was it, y'all. The voting is quick. The voting is quick. And now to find out who's going to move on to the final round is going to be Blue. Kristi, thank you so much for that incredible poem. Blue, we will see you in the next round. All right, people, here we go. 2 more bouts to go until we find out who is going to go on to finals for a chance at $1,800 in cash prizes and the title of Worldwide Poetry Slam League. I can't stop saying that. It sounds so good. So, round 2, bout 2, the final of the 2-minute rounds. On the psychedelic purple side is going to be LeChelle the Shootah, and on the neon green side is going to be Sherrika Mitchell. All right. And Sherrika, just because we didn't get to hear from you earlier, where are you joining us from?
H-Town, baby.
Oh my God, it's a house divided. Houston versus Houston. Here we go. All right. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon greens goes first. Let's find out. Boom. There's my camera. That is a shiny Blastoise, which means LeChelle the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side. The stage is yours.
Disney has decided to open up the vault, give us streaming access of all its classics and shareholder interest. However, not all will see the light of day. In particular, those that expose all the racist skeletons hidden in their closet. I guess they think this will absolve them of their sins, make us forget the bittersweet of being a Black kid in love with Disney. You know, there is seldom a Black princess. They say ain't no such thing as a Black Cinderella, but as a Black woman in America, I say, what more fitting a title? A stepchild of your own home, doing all the work for none of the credit, not even so much of a thank you, to have your God of a mother theory the impossible possible, only for the dark of your skin, I mean midnight, to cut short the dream come true. Aurora had to be a Black woman, while else for her whole life, I mean movie, be focused on a man. She, nothing more than a sleeping beauty, seen but not to be heard, story untold until a man's kiss, his stamp of approval deems her worthy. Rapunzel was a Black woman with locks. That's why her hair had all that power, while a white woman would hold her captive in a tower, fear the day she would find her own way, and she could no longer be able to use her for her benefit, for her very survival. Now Belle was certainly a Black woman, else why would she be the apple in the eye of a beast, forced to live in his home, learn to love him for the sake of her for her family? The outrage in casting Ariel Black is a subtle reminder that a wicked white witch is always trying to steal everything she got: her voice, her body, her man. And right now I know what you're thinking, but they gave us Tiana. And ain't that just the perfect description of a Black woman's life, spent fighting to be seen as something more than just an animal, a frog to be dissected for all the world's medical revolutions? Ain't it just like a white man to rewrite our stories, to exclude us from them, cast a white woman and give her the happy ending, rescue her from her own fragility while they leave us to die? You know, it's not that Black women aren't princesses. We just had to stop. We just had to trade in our dresses for capes, stop waiting on a man to save us, and do it our damn selves.
LeChelle the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side, kicking off round 2, bout 2. Y'all throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. Going up against that on the neon green side, Sherrika Mitchell. The stage is yours.
Stroke has my aunt by the tongue. She still manages to ask questions about my ovaries. I know this is her form of projection. I can see her struggle with womanhood in her body language. Heavy heart, slouch over from a child she will never get a chance to meet. So the switch from too young to now too old, as if my childbearing hips magically appeared overnight, as if there's a clock for my first child that I did not set an alarm for. There are some things she can't vocalize. But submissiveness, being barefoot and pregnant, is something she stutters through to remind me that a godly woman's place is being a stay-at-home mother, and how I'm selfish to think otherwise, to not bear a child at my ripe age like Black women aren't growing strange fruits in their backyards. She doesn't question why I'm indifferent about Mother's Day. I can't tell her the fear of my Black baby just being a Black body without life, living through a hashtag or not making it past the hospital bed, because statistically I am prone to complications at this point. There is a poem about Black women giving birth to tombstones, signing off on eulogies rather than birth certificates. Have you seen a hospital built like a cemetery? Undertakers dressed in scrubs, beds built like open caskets, the dirt beneath the grip of our fingertips hanging over the edge of the coffin. There is a plot dedicated to Black women who made complaints and then were ignored, were given flowers and apologies and not the baby to go home with. There is a plot dedicated to the Black babies that never make it back home. They live on forever in eulogies. America has Black women hanging by their fallopian tubes, legislation on what can be done with our reproductive organs, dictating our anatomy. Laws on how Black babies should conduct themselves in order to breathe beyond a hospital bed. I know my aunt is just projecting. Well, maybe I am too.
Sherrika Mitchell on the neon green side, closing out round 2, bout 2. Y'all throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. But again, the important thing to do is to go vote. All right, we're opening up the voting here for round 2, bout 2. Both of these poets coming in with incredible work, and you have to pick one because only one gets to advance. But is it going to be LeChelle the Shootah on the psychedelic purple side or Sherrika Mitchell on the neon green side? Both incredible poems, both so good, both so different. I think somebody mentioned that in the comment section. Like, damn, these poems. You right. It's so hard to choose just one, which is why I don't do it. You do it, audience members. You do it. I'm seeing purple hearts. I'm seeing green hearts. I'm seeing fire. I'm seeing applause. I'm seeing the Mardi Gras hearts. We need to talk about that, Kyra. Not okay. You gotta pick one. You got about 30 more seconds to click on that link and vote for who you think won that round and is moving on to the final round in tonight's competition. Y'all need to pick one. Y'all need to make a decision. These rounds are being decided by less than a handful of votes, so everybody watching right now needs to make a decision. You come in, but only one can move on. And if they move on, they are one step closer to making it into finals. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds left. It's going to be a slow 10. It's going to be a Texas 10. Not a New York 10. 5, 4. Why y'all make me turn it down? Why didn't you already vote? 3, 2, 1. done. Yes, both are fire. I 100% agree with all of this information, but unfortunately, only one gets to move on, and the one moving on to the final round in tonight's competition is going to be Sherrika Mitchell. LeChelle, thank you for that incredible poem. Sherrika, we will see you in the final round, literally like 3 seconds. All right, people, here it is. Here we go. It's the final round. It's the final round. The winner of this round gets to move on to compete in our finals that's happening in 2 weeks. Okay, so let's recap what has happened this month, because a lot has happened. All right, we came in week 1 of August for semifinals number 1. 8 poets went in, and the winner of that was Free.K. So Free.K is in the finals. We came in week 2 for semifinals number 2. 8 poets went in, and the winner of that was Cassandra is Free. We are now at week 3 to determine the 3rd spot in finals, and then next week we will be in week 4 to find the 4th spot in titles, and those 4 poems will compete in week 5 of August for a chance at $1,800 in cash prizes and the title of Worldwide Poetry Slam League champion. But right now, let's find out who's going to be the 3rd poet advancing to our final competition on the last Monday of August. On the psychedelic purple side is going to be Blupoetres, and on the neon green side is going to be Sherrika Mitchell. All right, poets, here we go. This is it, final round. Let's figure out who's going first. Heads, psychedelic purple goes first. Tails, neon green goes first. Flip, land, catch. Boom. That is a not shiny tails, which means Sherrika Mitchell, the stage is yours.
Freediver Budimir of Croatia currently holds the world record for surviving underwater for 24 minutes and 27 seconds. The average human can last up to 2 minutes. Anything past 30 seconds might as well be an invitation to the afterlife. Here on land, I hold my breath every time I'm at a stoplight, every time I hear sirens, every time I see high beams in my rear view mirror, thinking, is this a broken taillight? Is this when I stream live? Will I be able to let go of my breath to tell the story? I hold it while holding CDs, Skittles, my ID. They ID'd me black, so now I hold it while holding up my hands. Budimir held his breath to be a record holder. Black people still hold the world record for being human target practice. Some of us are holding our breath. It's better to play dead than end up dead. I wonder, do they still call it resisting in the afterlife? I hold it in awkward situations like being black and women in a room filled with white privilege, knowing they will call on me out of convenience. I hold it while filling in the status quo, while being the token black girl, because I can't be too black for these kinds of situations. I hold it while reading Facebook scriptures from white Jesus who don't see the sins in all lives matter and find comfort in silence. We're holding it because we're too black to fit into America's lungs, nose not structured enough to fit into our father's last name. Our families warn us about the war outside, but what if your house is a slow leaking gas chamber, 6-year-old sitting in fumes of your worthless? Do you know breathing become less easy when you're reminded that you're not worth it? We give our black babies oxygen tanks when they step off the porch, but force them to hold their breath at dinner tables, make them swallow their mistakes, blame it on tough love. I held my breath at a grocery store when this lady called her 2 black sons stupid, dumb, worthless like their father. I wonder, how will they hold their breath when they're given a compliment, when they're on the playground, when they're casually walking through their neighborhood, when they get pulled over, when they're in compliance, when they're reminded of the privilege they will never have? Will breathing ever become easy if holding their breath is the only thing they've ever known?
Sherrika Mitchell on the neon green side, kicking out the final round in tonight's competition. Y'all throw some green hearts in the comment section if you were feeling that poem. Going up against Sherrika on the psychedelic purple side, Blupoetres. The stage is yours.
I need to write. I need to write a poem, but the black ink in my blue pen refuses to allow itself to bleed red on my white pages. This poem that is stuck in my head needs to come out, but it fears the pain and degradation that all Blacks feel when we open our mouths. This poem of mine is filled with wrath as it watched that revolution get a fire start in Minneapolis. My poem wants to rage its own poetic war for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Rashad Brooks and Mike Brown and Natasha McKenna and Tamir Rice and Sandra Bland and Eric Gardner and Amadou Diallo and Philando Castile and Trayvon Martin and Sean Bell and Elijah McClain and Ahmaud Arbery and Dante Wright and Ma'Khia Bryan and Jason Walker and Myra Locke and damn, there is not enough ink. There are not enough trees to be cut down to produce enough paper to write down all of the names of our slain brothers and sisters that this poem wants to write about. Words for this poem are strangled and choked in my throat. They feel the imaginary knees of a corrupt system crushing the syllables and consonants before they can even be uttered just beyond my teeth. This poem of mine woke me up like a nightmare out of my sleep, like that last scene in a horror film when you think you're safe, but a cop breaks down your door on a no-knock warrant and kills you in your own home while you are asleep. Oh, this poem lacks warrants or an alibi or a double blue code of silence. It does not want to remain silent. It wants to be heard. It wants to be seen. It wants to preach. It wants to educate. It wants to advocate. It wants to breathe. This poem wants to live. But how can it when all the ones who need to hear it are deaf to a Black poet's struggle with writer's block? Say their names.
Y'all, that was Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side, closing out the final round of tonight's competition. Y'all throw some purple hearts in the comment section if you are feeling that poem. But more importantly, go vote. Go vote for one of these two incredible poets, because only one gets to advance to the finals, and your vote right now determines that. Will it be Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side or Sherrika Mitchell on the neon green side? Okay, people? All right. This is the toughest decision you will make tonight. I'm seeing the hearts coming through. Let us know who you're voting for. Let us know if you're struggling. We know you're struggling, okay? Because both of those poems were so good. But unfortunately, only one gets to advance. Your vote tonight, your vote right now. Yes, both of y'all were fired, says Lori. I agree. Your vote tonight determines which of these two poets advances to finals and gets to come back on the last Tuesday of August. Because I don't know what the number is. August 29th. Coming back on August 29th for the finals of the first ever Worldwide Poetry Slam League. $1,800 in cash prizes. The title of Worldwide Poetry Slam League champion. Your vote right now determines who gets that opportunity. Blupoetres on the psychedelic purple side. Sherrika Mitchell on the neon green side. Talent, talent, talent on top of talent is what we just saw. So you got to make a decision. I know I am on the edge of my seat. I am on the edge of my seat right now because they're both so good. I see somebody asking how you get to compete in these shows and win some cash prizes. You do so by being a Right About Now member. You can get more information at wanpoetry.com, but don't go there yet. First, click on the voting link, okay? Click on that link, vote for one of these two poets, and then go get more information about them. Okay? Both of these poets are Right About Now members. Both of these poets enjoy a whole lot of perks being part of the Right About Now community, and one of them is the chance to compete. One of them is winning some money. One of them is representing. One of them is going home with a title of being the best poet in the world. Boom. Shakalaka. Done. All right, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. And I really appreciate Blue always counting down with me so that I'm not the only person here, because I don't know why I do a countdown. Like, people should just be clicking on the link as soon as it drops. Okay? Like, what are you waiting for? Okay? I'm stalling because it's the final round. Yeah, final round. My poll master Danny is letting me know. Need a few extra seconds to tabulate those scores. The winner of tonight's competition and moving on to finals is going to be Blupoetres. Sherrika Mitchell, thank you for that incredible poem. Blue, congratulations. We'll see you at finals. Bam, 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 bam. Blue, thank you for all these incredible poems tonight. Anything you got to say to the people watching?
Just thank you, everybody who voted. Always. Thank you, Chibbi. Awesome host. And I'll always count down with you.
Ding! Appreciate it. Much congrats, Blue. We will see you in 2 weeks for the finals. Oh, my Jesus. All right, so that means, people, I'm over here in my official notebook. That means in 2 weeks, on August 29th, for finals, we know for a fact that we're going to hear poems from Free.K. We know for a fact we're going to hear poems from Cassandra is Free. And we know for a fact now that we're going to hear poems from Blupoetres. Those are 3 out of the 4 poets that are going in to a double elimination head-to-head competition. You're not going to want to miss it. Come back next week for our finals, our final semifinal bout happening next week, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time here in the virtual world. You can find it anywhere that Right About Now streams: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all of those. Again, if you want to compete in these shows, we will open up the league again after finals is over. Get more information at WAMpoetry.com. All you got to do is become a Right About Now supporter via Facebook, PayPal, or Square. It's only $4.99 a month, people. We gave away, over the course of this league, we gave away over $4,000 in prizes. Okay? For $5 a month, for a chance at over $4,000 in prizes, can't afford not to. All right. Until next time, my name is Chibbi. It's been an honor and a privilege to be your host this evening. We will see you next week, and we'll see you at finals in 2 weeks. Y'all stay safe out there.